Hey everyone, hello traders, how you doing? Good morning. Well, not good morning. Good afternoon for most of you. Good morning. Good morning for the West Coast. Good night for Europe. uh, Good very early in the morning for Asia. Hello Kevin. Hello Anne, Tocayo, Terry, Sebastian. Hey Basinga, CA, Sina, Dian, Basil. Shoki, hola Alex, Sherry, Jatin, and Chen. Hey Chen, how you doing? Very early in the morning. What time is it? What time is it? 1 a.m. here. Wow. Thank you for joining, Chen. I know it's a challenge. Hola Net. Hey Basil, 10:30 puts. Nice trade. Almost 100%. Oh my. Let me take a look. All right, guys. So first, first the indices. This is kind of the new standard for us, right? Like going first over SPY and QQQ. I really think, hola Gabi, I really think that this new format makes sense or makes more sense because we usually take our trades according to the indices direction, right? So going over SPY and QQQ first kind of give us like context for the rest of the names. All right. So let's take a look first to SPY. If you guys are on the Discord, on the Accelerator Discord, I was telling you on the admins channel, okay, take a look to all reactions around 649, I think I said. Yes, 649 and 580 for QQQ. So that was my plan. That was my plan. Looking for reactions around 649. I actually had this how would you say this shadow area. Let me take a look to this shadow area here. All right, yeah. So basically it was from this a previous all-time high 649.50, and yesterday's this kind of fake out to the upside. So that was my idea. I'm not saying like, oh well, you actually guess it. um that was just my idea because on the pre-market I was looking at this, right? I mean, post market or after market yesterday, struggling with this 649. Can you see here? This is 649. This is 649. Struggling with it. Actually had a break of it, but like from here to maybe 7 in the morning, 8 in the morning, it doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter because this is an area of no volume. So what I usually do is I start paying attention to 8:30. So 8:30, well, this is something that I'm starting to be interested. But look at this. 8:30, oh, 8:30 was actually 8:30. 8:30 was actually rejecting 649.50. I know it's not 649, but it was close, right? I mean, this area here, it was close. So I was looking for rejections, not at the top of the edge. I mean, I was not looking for reversals. I was not looking for, guessing the tippy top of the move, but I was looking for some weakness around 649, right? So I was, as you see, here, I mean, we started with a some range. I mean, from 649.50 to 648.80, something like that. So we started on this, and this was super boring, right? This was super boring. Price action here was kind of crazy, But then we had this 10 a.m. candle. This 10 a.m. candle changed everything, right? This 10 a.m. candle changed everything because this killed momentum. And because it tried to go higher, but actually ended going lower. For me, this was kind of just like a fast move trying to go for this liquidity build here. And then look at this actually just started going down, 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 down. And what I was looking here, well, as I told you, I was looking for any weakness below 640. Oh, sorry. I don't know what happened. All right, I was looking for weakness below 649. So we were on this downtrend here. This was a bull trap here, consolidated around the previous day close, today's opening, actually broke. Can you see with this candle 1026 actually broke, came back, retested previous day close, 1 minute and 5 minute opening range, and then drop. So that was the play that I was looking this morning. I ended taking QQQ. I ended taking QQQ, but I want to show you how clear was this, right? How clear was this? And well, now let me go to the chat because Basil, you took 1030. 1030. Well, this is actually the same trade, right, Basil? Congratulations on this. So you took it all the way to previous day low. If you said this is not a 100% play, you were probably not playing same day expiration, right? What expiration you have here, Basil? Oh, last con was around same day expiration. Good. Chen, may I know why 1030 is a good trade towards the downside for SPY? There's a 648.51 level there. Yeah. But remember, momentum is always stronger than levels. All right. I know this, and look at this. This 648.51 was actually, look at this, was actually support. I'm sorry, resistance. So for me, this was not a very relevant. This was not a very relevant key level if we were going downwards, right? If we were going downwards, this was not like a super relevant key level. Why? Because just as explained here, this 648.51 was actually resistance, right? Resistance. So we tried here. Look at this. We tried here. This is the 15-minute chart. We tried here. We actually bounced around here. But once you broke this level here, I mean, actually I was expecting lower than this, but well, this was a good move. I mean, and this is relevant, right? I mean, the external liquidity previous day low was kind of more relevant than this 15-minute chart key level. So yeah, so we tried once, we tried twice, we tried 3 times, but every time we tried, we had a lower high. Can you see here, Chen? So that's why I was expecting like this move lower, right? Hey Neto, I will wait until this breaks here. Well, I think this still is a good move. Even if you had your risk at the top of these candles, look at this, all the way to previous day low, it was a 1 to 3.3 risk reward. And again, I think like after coming from here, breaking all of these levels, having this reaction here on previous day close, 5-minute opening range, I feel this, and this is I don't have data to back this, but I think this is kind of the things that you get with experience. But in my opinion, momentum is always stronger than key level. So this is something that I will, trust, because I'm looking to this move to the downside, lower high, lower low, lower high here, and then the drop. So this market structure, this momentum to the downside was actually stronger than just this key level in the 15-minute chart. Um, what do you think, Chen? What do you think? I mean, this makes sense for you, or you're not convinced? Hey, Ramesh, how you doing? Uh, Paul Davidson. Hi Neto, what did you have previous day low on QQQ at? I'll tell you. Give me 1 second. Uh, TM 2000. Wish I had your confidence and conviction, brother. The one reason, or the most important reason I have conviction on my moves, it's because I have a lot of data to back it, right? So if I know you are not asking, but I'm gonna tell you anyways. But if you want to gain confidence on your setups, backtest as much as you can. Backtest different names. Backtest your setup in different environments. Backtest in different days. Backtest in different time of the day, so you can have a lot of conviction. I mean, you can understand if your setup actually works, and if it works, how well it works. For example, and let me explain you this kind of play that I've been showing you the past days or weeks. I have a lot of conviction on it, but also I know I mean, I know it can fail, right? I mean, sometimes it doesn't work, or sometimes I'm not willing to take more risk than my plan, right? So I have a fixed stop loss for this. I mean, it's not a hard stop loss, but I have a strict rule for this. So if I ever get 25% negative on this kind of place, I just cut it and wait, because when it works, it works most of the times. It works like more than 100%. So I'm gonna show you my two trades on QQQ. The first one went really nice, but the second one was actually 140%. And I have my wife right here with me on my office, and she was like, "Oh my gosh! I mean, why you are so patient with it? I mean, it's slowly going to where you said, but why are you so patient?" And I was like, "Well, because I have taken this same trade like 100 times, right? So I have a lot of data to back up my conviction on this setup. So I think that. I mean, it's not a secret sauce. That's not even a secret recipe. So the one thing that you need to do in order to get more conviction on your setups, it's back test or even forward test. And when I say forward test, it's like show up every day, and even if you don't take the trades, start looking for it, right? Start looking for it and identify it. And even if you don't take the trade, I mean, just be aware of what it's doing, how the contracts are moving, how well it reacts to news, how well it reacts to the time of the day. So that's how you get conviction on your setups. All right. um Chen, I think it makes sense. Thank you, Chen. um Shoki, I took it short at 704. What do you mean 704? Like 1004? 1004 maybe here. Why? Stop out 3 candles later. 1 2 3. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe you took this. But what you were doing here? Like this break and retest of this level here. Yeah, I think maybe here you were kind of chasing after watching this candle here. I know you have like good reactions here, but look at this. I mean, this is not telling you anything, because you are having immediate retest on these three key levels, this previous day close, 1 minute and 5 minute opening range. So you are not actually having even displacement. So this was kind of chasing this candle. That's just my opinion. I'm not sure if you have a different idea, or you were looking for something else. But I think I will wait it here. Okay. Uh, Chirag, I took two QQQ trades. I'm gonna show you in a few minutes. Um, Yogi, do you normally trade SPY and QQQ? Love your review. Thank you very much, Yogi. Uh, yes, I mean, I try to take tech names calls, uh, or puts, like very obvious, but I've been taking more and more SPY and QQQ trades because I usually use the indices for reference or for context. So once I see direction on the indices, then I start looking for names with relative strength or relative weakness. Well, sometimes it's like my setups on the tech names are not that clear, or they just happen on the first 10 minutes of the market. And I have kind of this rule of not taking any trades on the first 10-15 minutes. So sometimes they happen, like today Nvidia, or yesterday Nvidia. I don't remember if it was today or yesterday. It was a super nice setup, but it just happened 9:39, and I was like, well, I'm not taking this even if it's a good setup, because it's out of my rules, right? It's out of my playbook. My playbook says that I need to wait 10-15 minutes, and that's what I did, right? And I mean, sometimes it's just I'm missing one trade, but sometimes it actually saves me, and I think the more times it actually saved me instead of just missing out, right? Uh, so yeah, I'm usually taking trades on SPY and QQQ, and lately I've been showing you more my SPY and QQQ. The thing is that when we started these live streams, uh, I usually only show you the tech names, but more and more and more people were like, "Hey Neto, I mean, we trade futures. Can you show us NQ and ES?" And I was like, "Well, I mean, I don't even have how to chart them, because on TradingView it's delayed, right?" So what I started saying is like, well, I actually took a trade on SPY, or I actually took a trade on QQQ. I know it's not a tech name, but let's take a look. And suddenly it happened that a lot of you guys take indices trades instead of tech names. So it just, I don't know, like we just figured out that there's an audience for this, so we started showing it. Uh, Chen, just saw it bounce at that level, 648.51, and will be more comfortable to trade towards the downside. Yeah, like just as I said, Chen, even if you didn't take it here, if you open your trade right here, you still have the same stop loss, right? You still have the same stop loss. Now you are comfortable because you are below 648.50, but and your target needs to be the same, right? Needs to be the same. Previous day low, maybe 647.50. It's still a good trade. 1 to 2.6. What about 648? Nah, 648 that didn't work. But 647.50 or the previous day low, I think they were good targets, and even taking the trade right here to be safe. And I understand what you said here. It's just like every time here, it was like it was getting a lower high, lower high, lower high. This is, for me, this was like a bull trap here. So this was a nice rejection of this 649 previous day close, 5 minute open range. So I just like it here. But yeah, so just as you said, if you took it like here because you wanted below this 648, 648.50 key level, that's still a good trade. Uh, uh, uh. Basil, ability to read price action on indices will print. Yes. um, I spent a crazy amount of time backtesting, but still can seem to be confident. See so much I know. I'm very, very close. Trust is, keep grinding, my friend. I saw break of structure and retest. Yes, Yesterday, you mean? Yeah, Jason. Yeah, the Nvidia previous day high retest. It happened at 9:38, 9:39. That's why I didn't take it. Um, Richard, you took Nvidia 9:20. Richard from Chicago. It's 10:24 here. All right. Yeah, let me take a look in a minute. Um, Yogi, understand I like QQQ because cons are cheap, but then okay. Uh, DC, I entered the top of that, but full out of low of the day. Like you enter here and full out here, something like that. Two contracts, two, yeah, two contracts. Okay, okay. Something like here, like you enter like here or maybe here, and you sold here. All right, good, good, good. All right, well that was SPY. Let me show you QQQ. That's what I was expecting here. Again, I told you on Discord. Um, Discord rejections of 580. Look at this: 580 fail, 580 fail, break displacement retest of this 5 minute, 1 minute opening range low, drop. This is the one thing that I like from indices. This box here, it's meant to be 578.50. Well, it's actually something like here, 578.50. So I was expecting the first reaction here, right? Like, so I trim my position here. I took more contracts here. On this hard rejection, I took more, and I ended cutting my trades right here. My last contracts were kind of break even. Um, no, I don't trade live. I don't trade live. What I do is I share my ideas on the Discord, uh, on the pre-market, so you can actually start looking at the same things than me. So again, I was looking at this and I was like, oh well, I actually like this. I actually like this, but then it happened to fail right here, 580 again, 580. So I like this rejection here, and this time was actually a stronger rejection, right? Stronger rejection, came back for this liquidity build right here. This was the previous low of the day, or the 5 minute opening range. Then it dropped again. And this was kind of the same trade than here, right? This was kind of the same trade than here. So it came back, retested this area here, and then I took this second chance. This trade went crazy. Contracts here went like 140%. This was an amazing trade for me. But this is kind of the same thing. So you understand here, guys. Like, this is the break and retest of the 5 minute opening range. This is a fake move. Then you break again this area here. Look at, break again this area here. Let's say this area here. And then I took this retest. This break, displacement, retest of this area here. This was the previous low of the day, and then this drop. Hey Neto, I think that was an aggressive entry. Yes, I do think the same thing. But look at this. I think after this move, being a move to the downside, you can be more aggressive. I had a clear risk right here, and well, my potential reward was worth it. So this was 1 to 3.7, well, something like this, 1 to 5 risk reward, right? So again, I'm taking same day expiration contracts. So this went crazy. This went from 579 to 577. So 2 points on QQQ, 140% on these contracts. Sebastian, I took the 1041 break and retest of previous day low, 1041, 1041. 1041. Oh, okay, right here. Okay, the break and retest of previous day low. Okay, but it was too late. Yeah, yeah. For me, yeah, it was kind of chasing here. Uh, but look at the reaction right here. I mean, this was looking great. This was looking great. The thing here with QQQ is that you you didn't have like too much of uh too much of this move. What is this? Why? Give me 1 second here, guys. Why this is not showing the okay, well, this is not a gap. Well, this was kind of the daily gap, right? So yeah, so look at this. If you broke this previous day low, you had a good chance to actually come back, retest this daily 20 SMA. So yeah, I know this may look like you were chasing, but actually, I mean, it was just bad luck, right? It was just bad luck. But this area here was kind of strong. But if you broke this area here, you will be easily looking to this 574. So yeah, so it was late, but your move was making sense. Mm, Tariq, you just mentioned it was a fake move. How can you tell? Well, I mean, I can tell now, right? I mean, it failed. So probably with this squeeze, a lot of people were like, "Oh well, yeah, bulls are back. So let me buy something here on the break and retest of this 5 minute range," and it actually never went higher. So yeah, I mean, you don't know just aftermath, right? Um, okay. TM 2000. That's a perfect example. When it breaks the 5 minutes, then goes up that much, I lose trust in it. When it goes back, I marked that on my chart, but didn't enter me again. Yeah, well, that's the thing, right? I mean, once you start identifying the support and resistance intraday levels, do this. I mean, you don't need to mark the lines because they will go all over your chart, but you can start doing something like this. These boxes, as you can see here, I mean, I have like random boxes in the middle of my chart. I mean, well, they are not random. This is like 577 because I was expecting the reaction here. So you can start doing that. So you have awareness of levels or areas of interest. Um, I also took the 1041 right here. Guys, this is one of my favorite setups. This is one of my favorite setups. The break and retest of previous day high and previous day low. You did anything wrong. This was good. Just didn't have continuation. But this was good. Paul still confused how the previous day low was drawn. Okay. Well, uh according to my chart, this was the previous day low, 577, 577.77. What do you have? What do you have on your chart, Paul? Remember the previous day low. It's only on the regular trading hours, not the extended trading hours. So the pre-market low was not considered. Yesterday's pre-market low is not considered to have to be on the on the daily candle, for example. All right. So for example, yeah, I think that's actually a good example. So if you go to your daily chart, if you go to your daily chart, you will see that the low of the day it's 577.77 because it's on the regular trading hours. Even if on the pre-market you have this 577.37, right? because the pre-market and the aftermarket are not included on the daily chart. So that's why probably that's the difference. I think. I mean, I don't know for sure. I think that's what happened. Um, mm, Chen, probably because after the squeeze and later on create a higher low, that should be when we can say it was a fake squeeze. Yeah, yeah, right here. This squeeze was good. Look at this. This squeeze was really good. It just never reclaimed high of the day. So that's something interesting, guys. For example, here, let me tell you, like here, maybe, and I'm not saying that I did, but maybe if I'm looking to this squeeze, maybe I should be adjusting this bar here, or this area here, to see like, okay, well, now it reclaimed here. So let me see what happens on this local high. So if it can reclaim this local high, came back, retest, well, this is a very good sign of continuation. But look at this here, it never holds. It never holds this local high. So that's why I knew it was a fake move, because never hold it. So came back, retest this previous local high, but nothing happens here. So price kept dropping. Uh, Paul, if you switch to the daily chart, you can just mark out. Yeah, that's actually what I do. I mean, not for the intraday price action. I just rely on this tool. Uh, but I usually that's what I do. I mean, I when I'm drawing my previous highs and lows on the daily chart, that's the actual chart, that the time frame that I use, the daily. Uh, so guys, if you are new to the channel, if you are new to this trade review, this tool that I'm using uh, draws automatically and refreshes every day the previous day high, previous day low, pre-market high, pre-market low, 5 minute and 1 minute opening range, and sometimes, well, not sometimes, the previous week high and low. And you can customize the color of your lines, or the tags, the form of your line. I mean, I have solid line, dotted lines, dashed lines. This is the daily gap. It's the difference between previous day close and today's opening. So this is done automatically by this tool. If you want to buy this tool, you can go to the video description or the channel description. There's a link. This tool was developed by a friend on this community, so we are supporting him on this. And but I mean, it's super useful. This is super useful. I rely on my trades completely on these levels. It's accurate, it's reliable. So if you guys are interested, it's super affordable. I don't know, or I don't remember the price, but it's super cheap. And again, it's a combo. It's not just these lines, it's a combo. And I mean, just go there, click on the link, and if you like it, you are not gonna regret. And you can actually buy it on a monthly basis, or like yearly. So if you want to try it, you can just, I think it's like $5 a month. So if you want to try this is a very nice tool. um and I think it works only on TradingView. Mm-mm. Market structures tell the story. That's it. On your on the second one, your entry was 10:30, right here. That was a very good one. This is similar to what Chen was asking on SPY. Like, hey Neto, you have a key level on 579. So why don't wait to actually break it? Well, I did. I waited here. I mean, this candle here, I opened my position here on 579. But yeah, you're right. I mean, if you just move your entry here and you wait for the candle to actually breaks, uh, That will be nice. Um, Francine, why do you prefer to trade indices option instead of futures? Uh, because I'm piggy greedy. I like to leverage on the options contracts. I mean, I like because I have an edge because I because I can trust on my setups. Now I can squeeze better the Greeks on the options instead of on just the futures. I know on futures you can trade with a funded account, you can trade with someone else's money. But right now, uh, with my personality and my data and my experience, I prefer to trade with my own money, and I can have like better returns. I mean, this move on futures, I don't know how much it could be, but look at it. I mean, right here, I got 140%, and that's just a dream when trading futures. I know you can manage your risk better, but here I have a strategy that actually manages my risk also. So that's why I prefer to work with my own money on options. But yeah, so I'm also a greedy a greedy pig. um, Dian, I saw the head and shoulders retest neckline 1030. Yeah. All right, guys. Let's go to the tech names. Any other question about the indices, SPY, QQQ? Once I leave, I'm not coming back. We are all greedy. Neto, tell please about stop loss on your second trade on QQQ. Why did you decide to put it there? Well, this is just to reference. This is just to reference my entry. But on this kind of place, I have a 25% fixed stop loss. If it works, it works. When I'm trading same day expiration, you want to be right or right out. Okay. So yeah, I mean, this is just as a reference for you. But as you can see here, I mean, this might be, well, this is the top of the candle that actually broke this level. So you can be a little bit more conservative, like just saying like this here. This is the top of these retesting candles. But I was just saying like, okay, well, this was like 25%, I think, according to my experience, right? This will be like 25, 20, 30% stop loss. Um, so you are having 25% stop loss on SPY and QQQ always. Most of the times, Basil. Most of the times, if I recognize that I had a bad entry, sometimes I prefer to take a small stop, a small loss, and re-enter and re-enter. Yeah, and that's a good thing with the indices. You can actually just close with a small loss and re-enter. And for example, here let's say like, oh well, I made a mistake, so I'm gonna close my position even with a 10% loss, with a 10% loss. When it works like 140%. So these kind of plays allow me to take small losses, and I'm not saying 20% is a small loss, but I can. That's another thing, right? That's another thing. When I'm playing indices, same day expiration, I'm sizing down. I'm sizing down my regular position. So Neto, well, there are a lot of tweaks on this kind of play. Yes, that's why I write it down on my playbook, and I have my very specific rules for this kind of plays, right? But I understand my rules, and I have it right here. I mean, you can see, but they are printed and posted right here. So I'm not guessing. I'm not trying to take decisions under pressure. It's always, like very systematic. I'm not gonna say robotic because I feel a lot of emotions every time I take a trade, but I have like a very systematic set of rules, right? And when I'm taking these kind of trades, I have a confession for you guys. Listen, but don't share. This is gonna be our secret, all right? When I'm taking puts and they start working just like this. I'm always having like I have a deep focus playlist on my Spotify, but when something like this is happening, I like to play I like to play this song from Interstellar, the Cornfield Chase. I just love it, and I love to see my puts working with Cornfield Chase on the background. It's cinematic, my friends. It's cinematic. Uh, but remember, this is just between you and me. Don't tell anybody. All right. um, Royale, that area is good for a stop loss. Yeah, and again, this is a lot of experience, right? I know that if I enter here, this kind of move, like from 579 to 579.30, like 30 cents on the contract on QQQ, it's like a 20-30% stop loss, right? That comes with experience. Dian, Neto, nowadays I'm always looking for shorting the market. No, 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 come on, Dian, look for opportunities both sides. I'm scared that I will forget long in the market. Do you have that feeling? No, I actually took calls yesterday. Do you remember? I took calls and they went great, like 40 something percent. Yeah, you want to listen something. If you feel that your edge is only on puts, I mean, no shame on that. No shame on that. If you are good at it, if you have developed your systematic uh, set of rules for that, there's no shame on just keep charting the just keep charting the market, right? But I mean, uh, but only do it if you feel like that's your thing, right? I'm looking for plays both sides, and just as I said yesterday, I took a call, SPY calls actually, SPY calls with a good squeeze, that actually reclaimed and reject or reacted very well on the previous local high. I actually remember very well. So if you feel like okay, well, I'm focusing only on shorts, that's fine. But just make sure that I mean, you are okay with that, because we are when we are on a trending market. I mean, sometimes this strategy that doesn't give you too many opportunities or too clear opportunities, right? So you need to I mean, you need to understand on what market cycle we are, right? Um, Basil, thank you, brother. You're killing it. Appreciate what you're doing for us. You're very welcome. You know this song? Yeah, I love it. I mean, I have it here. It's prepared for every time I take puts. uh, you are like in the edit from Instagram. Yeah, great song. Right, Interstellar. Yeah, yeah. I like the sound from when he trying to duck into the spin. Yeah, that's also very, I mean, I love that soundtrack entirely. Uh, yeah, Ramesh, that's the secret sauce. I'm gonna share with you the the original soundtrack from Interstellar and also my deep focus playlist. Uh, guys, is that something that you are interested? I mean, I can share that there's no secret sauce on that. Hey, CA, come on, buddy. Somebody, please, a moderator taking care of CA. That's the secret recipe. No, it's not. It would be great if someday you just find out like, oh, so that's the only thing that I was missing, a playlist. Now everything is gonna work. I don't think so. You can start the stream with it every day, guys. I need help. I need help. I'm feeling old today. I'm feeling like the Uncle Neto today because I tried to actually have like an intro song for the live stream, but I just don't know how to do it. I just don't know how to do it. So, guys, if you are an OBS Studio user and you would like to help me on the upgrade of our intro for the live streams, that would be great. That would be great. All right, guys. Uh, let's go to AMD. AMD was doing absolutely nothing, just chilling around the 5 minute opening range. Actually, later on the day, it tried something. I think Lauren, it's trying to long this. Not sure where she entered. Probably, I don't know. Like, I think somewhere around 154. Um, DC, you don't do music but do graphics. And any help will be very. I will be very thankful. So nothing for me on nothing for me on AMD. As you can see, it was just trying to do nonsense. For me, look at this. I'm gonna show you this. For me, AMD is actually going lower on the higher time frame. This might go maybe to 155, 156, and then it will take another leg to the downside for me, right? I can be mistaken. But I think this thing on the higher time frame, maybe it's gonna do this something like here, and then it's going back, fill this gap, came back, retest maybe here, and I don't want to look at it like 140, but that's that's kind of my plan for AMD on the next weeks. Dominic, she took pre-market high. Oof, look at this. I mean, if she took pre-market high 150 250, it it's fly. Look at this. This is gonna break this. I think, yeah, I think it's super close to break this, and it's going to 155 and beyond. uh, yeah, but why I wouldn't take pre-market high? I'm gonna show you here. When this thing was retesting pre-market high, both indices were deep on their charts. They were below the 5 minute opening range. So that's why I wouldn't take a trade on AMD unless I had like a higher time frame thesis that I my higher time frame thesis for AMD is just as I explained. It might come back maybe here 155.50, 155.50, 155, 156, and then it will have the next leg to the downside. That's why I wouldn't take anything on AMD. All right. Anyone took something on AMD? Yeah, higher time frame looks bearish, super bearish. Does Nvidia have the same idea for puts? Let's take a look. All right, Amazon, same freaking thing than AMD, just a completely nonsense coming into this range until it actually had this break. Look at this. Where is this break coming? Retesting to 37. Why to 37, guys? Round number. I it's not a strike number, right? No, but it's a round number, so it's a side number. Right, but it was just too late on the day. Look at this, 12:30. So this is you took. Why, my friend? Why are you taking these early trades? 9:36. out 942. Oh, that's actually a win, right? Good, good. That's the scalping mode. Amazon gonna happen late in the day or in the pre-market. Yeah, it has been working. Look at this. Well, look at this. Right now, it's above previous day high. So for tomorrow, this is a good play. For tomorrow, this is a good play, right? Let's take a look to Amazon. Look at this. Let's go to the 1 hour. Let's go to the 4 hour. Now it's making a lot of sense, right? So if we break previous day high and tomorrow we stay above 238, we can look at all-time highs this week easily. I don't know why. Amazon showed something on the last days. Did we have news or something? But look at this nice move here. But nothing for us in the morning. Let's go to the next one. This is Nvidia. Look at this. Look at these guys. What happened here? Something like this. We have our head and shoulders, break, retest of what? Neckline, this base here. Oh. Break, retest, drop. This was a 1 to 4.5 risk reward rated trade. And you actually had it a few times later in the day. This is an 84% rule. Look at this. This is an 84% rule. And this second one, it's actually a break and retest of this previous day close. And you had a lower high and you were looking for a lower low right here, right? Its market structure is intact. Or you can say that this was your second head and shoulders. Break, retest, drop. What about that? Nvidia never showed us that. Who took Nvidia? Does Nvidia have the same idea for puts like 1031, 1031, 1031? Look at this. 1031. Break, retest, drop. Look at this. Break, retest, drop. 1 to 4.7 risk reward rated trade. 1032. 1031. Richard 924. 1024. 1024. Right here. Well, look at this. This is the same play that we already had here. You know what, guys? This is something that makes me happy. Like when I mean, I take like 15 minutes to start looking at these charts and trying to identify the potential entries for you. But what actually made me happy is when when you guys come and hey, I took this one 1024. Look at this, and it's already here, and you tell me like you had the same risk and you had the same target profits. I'm really happy that we are now kind of synchronized on our opportunities. So you just need to be patient, guys. You just need to be patient. Don't force your trades. As you can see here, we sometimes we have like 4 different opportunities to take the same trade or to take a similar trade. And look at this. I mean, all of them, they are working. So you don't need to force a trade. There's always one coming back later than that. All right. Okay. Anyone else took Nvidia trades here? Let's go to Tesla. Look at this. Break retest of local low or neckline if you want to say it. Well, this is not a neckline, but this is a support resistance flip, right? So you actually had this nice retest, and then you can drop. And then actually look at this. This is the break and retest, 5-minute opening range, below your pre-market low, and another drop. I was thinking on this, filling the gap, but it didn't want. It's buyers are defending 344. Buyers are defending 344. So that was nice. Anyone took a Tesla trade today? Is this kind of clear, or do you think we are forcing these ones? But for me, this is kind of clear. But then not sure if you think that, hey Neto, maybe you are just forcing this thing. What do you think, guys? Are we doing fine? Are we all following the idea with this kind of plays? Bazinga, several quick scalps, Tesla. Francine, I was looking at it, but I was waiting to come back into order block more. Okay. It's clear. Yeah. Okay. So yeah. So just one thing, Francine. Remember that when you are taking puts, you can be a bit more aggressive. It needs to be different than when you are taking calls. All right. You can be a little bit more aggressive on your puts, and this means that you don't need to go like inside of your order block and everything. So just look at the price action. You had 1, 2, 3 candles rejecting this order block. So after 3 candles you are still hesitating. Look at this. Even if you were looking low of the day, this was a 1 to 4.8 risk reward rate to trade. Even if you were chasing here, 1 to 3.3 risk reward rate to trade. So you need to be more aggressive on taking puts, if that makes sense for your strategy, for your skill set, for your personality, right? Um, chain, Sometimes I'm not as clear on how you draw your order blocks. Well, look at it. The thing is that if what I'm doing here is more than the order block. I'm trying to define my supply demand or support resistance zone. I don't like to draw just a line here. I like to draw more like a zone so I can have more context. All right. Okay, let's go to the next one. Microsoft just doing nothing too serious here. Uh, it broke, came back, retested 5-minute opening range low. These candles never close above this the stop loss. However, this is a very good example, guys, of risk management. I mean, if you enter here on this retest of the 5-minute opening range, now you should be looking for the reaction around this area, right? If you are just looking at this line, you might be lost. You might be taking a lot of fake moves, right? But if you are watching this as an area, sorry about that. Let's say like, okay, well, I know this is my line here, but where I will feel comfortable holding my position, and you start looking something like this, right? Like, okay, well, this candle actually went to this low, or I will have like, I don't know, like maybe this high of this candle. So you try to be flexible, or if you have like, okay, well, no, this is 20% or this is 15% on my contracts, and that's the only thing I'm comfortable with. Okay, well, you just close your position here. But when you are trying to identify your risk management plan, this is something that needs to be with you, right? Size accordingly so you don't chicken out on these kind of things. But when you are setting your stop loss, just try to think in terms of an area and not in terms of a line, right? Okay, so actually that actually worked really nice. And later on the day, look at this. I like these head and shoulders here. Came back, couldn't reclaim this. Came back, retested this neckline and dropped a little bit more. Not too much, but I mean this was something, right? So let's go to the next one. This was Palantir. For me, Palantir was not doing anything relevant until this time of the day. What happened on 1150? That happened the same with AMD, right? And Nvidia. What's going on with the semis? Do you know? All right. So right here, for being honest, I don't see anything here. I don't see anything here unless. And look at this. I think I had this one for you here. Yeah. So I like this kind of break of this structure here. Like this was the area where you were trying to hold. Can you see? It was support, support, then turn resistance. And look how many rejections right here, right? Look how many rejections right here. So I know this is not like a super high probability trade, but I want you to start training your eye for the price action, right? So what's going on right here? I mean, it's not only that it's stuck into this 5 minute opening range, but it's actually breaking an area of interest, right? An area that was first support and now it's turning into resistance. So if this is turning into resistance and I'm having all these rejections right here on this area here, this is the previous day high. Well, this is telling me something because right here there's a lot of liquidity. So if you are rejecting here because it's previous day high, well, that could be a play for you. All right, that could be a play for you. Okay, I'm not drawing this, but then I just wanted to make you aware of this kind of price action. All right. um Gavi made a clear rejection of 158.96, something here. Yeah, like here. Yeah. Well, these, remember, these blue lines are key levels on the daily chart. Key levels on the daily chart. So yeah, these are with a lot of liquidity here. Okay. Palantir likes to reclaim after 11. Well, that's exactly what it is. Can you see here? Good. Okay. Apple. Look at this. Apple here. Just give it a second for the lines of the tool to actually come here. I think this is the 5 minute opening range. Yes, it is. Yes, all right. So this is the 5 minute opening range. As you can see here, you are not reclaiming anything. This is just dropping below the 5 minute opening range. So you may have something like this. You may have something like this. And this area here, I want to show you. Well, first, where are the indices? What are the indices doing here? Not too much. They were at the bottom of the candle of the chart right here. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I didn't have a good night. I'm kind of, I'm kind of tired. Uh, Yeah, I think right here, I think this, on terms of context, I think this entry was the better one. The break and retest of this pre-market low. And right here, as you can see, SPY was going below 579. And I'm sorry, SPY was going below the 5 minute opening range and close to this 648.50, and QQQ was actually breaking 579. So I think this is the perfect entry, right? Because both indices are going down and you are retesting a major intraday key level, the pre-market low, and you are super close to previous day low. So this might be a very nice trade right here. It actually came back for here, but look at this. I mean, right here, right at this area here, 236, it was a 1 to 3.7 risk reward ratio trade. So that was a very nice trade. This was a very nice trade. And if you manage to be like, let's say right here, it was a more than 1 to 4 risk reward ratio trade. I really like it. And I don't like Apple. I had to say it. Mr. Smith. L. Smith, you are Mr. Smith on Discord? Yes. Thank you for joining, brother. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So Mr. Smith and me, we have a long story back on Discord. We were on a few uh, Discord communities. We learned a lot. We used to share when I was trying to figure out this. He actually developed a dashboard. And yeah, he's an old friend of my online community, right? Of my online friends. Thank you for joining, Mr. Smith. All right, so that was Apple. I'll be back to QQQ in a minute, Mr. Smith. Uh, this was Google. Google, as you know, Google has been with, like, out of contact with a lot of momentum. It's in all-time high, so it's actually climbing really good. It's actually climbing really good. Oh, Wills, Palantir. What were you doing in Palantir, my friend? Previous day high to high of the day. Where? Like here? 945. 945. You were chasing. If you were in 945, you were chasing, my friend. Maybe 944. I like it more 943, but 945, I think you were kind of small gain. Yeah, yeah, like super scalp. So we were talking about Google. So even with Google grinding higher with this Palantir. Ah, come on, Alex. 943. Look at this. This is a nice break and retest. Previous day high. Good reaction here to high of the day. I'm not. It was a short and small trade. But yeah, this actually worked. This is one of my favorite setups. Break and retest of previous day high and previous day low. Today we didn't have any continuation on Palantir, but yeah, that was that was the setup. And just as I said, on Google with its own story, with its own context, its own life. Uh, you had the break and retest of the 5 minute opening range. It did struggle a little bit, but it was holding nice 235 and reacting to that. So if you take 235 right here when it was above this key level on the 235.17, and just to the next level 236, it was a 1 to 2.8 risk reward rate trade, but it actually went a lot higher, right? 236.50, maybe here it was a 1 to 4.9 4.5 risk reward ratio trade, and you actually have a few more opportunities here. So this is previous high of the day. So you had this break and retest on this high of the day that was actually previous week high. So you had this nice break and retest here. You got, look at this, you got high of the day here. it was a 1 to 3 risk reward ratio trade. It might look like it's a small trade, but it's not. You came back lower, retested here. This is kind of the 84% rule of this previous high of the day, and this actually went higher, almost 237. Well, this is 237. It was like a 1 to 5.5 risk reward ratio trade, right? Anyone took Google today? Shocky, Google 741. What 741? Like 1041 Eastern? Look at this. Out 752. You were taking calls, of course, right? 741. Yes. What you were looking here, my friend? 741 here. This reclaim of the previous week high. Would you short? No, no. Look at this momentum. Look at this momentum. This is not ready to short. This is not ready to be short here. I mean, it's actually, yeah, no, no, no. The market structure is intact. No, this is not a good moment to short Google. Uh, yeah, yes, the previous week high. Well, that's fine. That's fine. That uh, uh, a bit aggressive for my taste. A bit aggressive, but yeah, I mean, I understand your play. Meta, guys, we have the master of meta between us. My friend Ramesh, my friend Ramesh, he's owning meta every day. So he took this one here. Uh, what candle did you enter, Ramesh? Give me 1 second. I'm gonna tell you because not sure if he's still here, but I was watching his chart. I'm looking for his chart. Give me 1 second. Right here. You you cut you cut the time. Okay, well no, I can see. All right, he entered on this candle here. Look at what a nice trade. It's the break and retest of this 5 minute opening range, pre-market high. And look at this. Well, the indices were not doing too much. They were not helping. Uh, what I want from Meta now, I really wanted to come back for this, for these gaps, but we didn't have it. So right now, as you can see here, right now we are above the daily 20 SMA. So for me, right now, if we can hold this 755.50, 760, if we can hold this thing is going higher again. So yeah, yeah. So Royale, he understands really well meta, and he also knows how to play it because the spread on the contracts of meta, it's crazy. I mean, I actually yesterday we were discussing about a play on meta. Not sure if it's right here. Yeah, we were discussing this while it was working, like like the break and retest of this support turn resistance area. And while we were talking, he actually took it, but I chicken out because the spread was like 12 cents or something like that. But he's owning meta. Namosi, is that too many test candles on meta? Well, I don't think so. Oh, it's just like a good retest. No, I think this was nice. And look at this. This was a 1 to 3 reward just to the top of these candles. Hey, Luis, welcome, welcome, welcome. So that was Meta for me, and I think that's the last one. Yes, that's the last one. Who asked for the QQQ? Mr. Meat, triple top, wrote it down, 43%. Yeah, nice one. Well, this is the trade. I took Lauren. I took this trade twice. Like I took this break and retest of this area here, and I took like 40% or something like that here. Uh, yeah, like 40% here. But this second one, I mean, once we broke again, and I enter right here around 579 because that was my plan from early in the morning, the rejection of 580, maybe 579. So I wrote these all the way to here, and I got a really nice 140%. Yes, sir. So that was my QQQ trade. Guys, I know you are actually liking this kind of style, the break and retest on the market structure. That's something that I like, but remember this needs to come with some sort of higher time frame thesis. If you don't want to go like super uh uh with a super high time frame, go at least to the 15-minute chart. That's what I do. I mean, as you can see here, I mean, I do use the daily chart for the previous days and lows on the daily, but my go-to chart is the 15-minute chart. So try to have an understanding on the higher picture, and then you can start doing this break and retest on market structure all the time, and you don't need too much of a context, as you can see. uh, I do compare QQQ to SPY because sometimes, and this might be worth to show you. Right here. Okay. So the reason I decided to go out on this trade here was because yes, we broke the previous day low, but look at the reaction on SPY right here. Right here, SPY was reacting really well to previous day high. So I was like, okay, well, I mean, this is probably over, right? So I'm also comparing SPY to QQQ. How many days you look backwards with the 15-minute chart? I usually go like 3 4 days, but like sometimes I took like 2 weeks. Sometimes I took like 2 weeks, but nothing farther than that. Yeah. All right, guys. So that's all for me today. I hope that you enjoyed this exercise. Again, I'm trying to make it short, but we are taking like 70, 80 minutes from your time. Thank you guys for joining. You know the drill. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.